Welcome back to the channel. It's December, it's getting cold, so time to build a heater. And this one is something that I saw the other day from Desert Sun, and I wanted to give it a try, see about what kind of temperatures we could get. And it's based on a pot of sand. I had this sand, well, from last year actually, when I built another one. It uses copper pieces that I'm going to cut into 4 strips, and it uses tea lights, which are very cheap indeed, $1.25 for 20 of these. And also one of these, which is optional, is a Peltier module based heater. So what it'll do is whatever temperature is down here, the difference to in the air will make that fan spin around, and it may push some air through, some nice warm air hopefully. So the first thing to do is to cut these pieces and then put them into that sand. That's one of them cut, and I found out that just a regular pair of $1 scissors from Dollar Tree will actually cut this thickness of copper. And the thing is, you're supposed to make them just a little bigger than the diameter of one of these tea lights. After the pieces have been cut, the next thing is to bend them over, because what we're looking at doing is to put these into the sand, push them down, and then have part of it actually hanging over by 90 degrees to go over the top of the tea lights. Here's one of them now bent to 90 degrees, and I'm just using a ruler, a hard edge of the ruler, push upward, and we end up with a 90 degrees. That's all 4 of these bent, and I've just realised really that this sand is a bit too clumpy. It's only from our yard. I mean, the whole house sits on sandstone, the whole area is sandstone, so I just grabbed some out of the yard. But I'll try and flatten this off some, and then I'll be able to put these downward and in to be positioned properly, and a flat surface. Just to say, if you used bagged sand from a store or something, you're not going to get this kind of a problem. And the reason why it'd be a problem is because the tea lights have to sit under there, and it's always best if things are straight and level when they're on fire. Well, I'll probably redo this because it's not 100% straight and level, and the idea is I'm going to be putting this fan on top. So I'd like that to be stable for safety as well. But the next part is to light the candles and put them underneath the 4 sections. Just pop each one underneath, and what should happen is that the heat from the candle travels down the copper, helps to heat up this sand battery as they call them, and the ceramic pot, and we should get a nice amount of heat for many hours. After these tea lights go out, or if they're not replaced, you'll end up with a nice warm pot to help to heat a room. It's just a small room these are intended for, but we'll have to see what does happen. I'll light the other 3, and then we'll take some readings, temperature readings. There we are. It does look very nice, if nothing else. Now, the pot itself at the moment, there we are, 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And we'll come back in a bit and see how that changes. The wall there is also 45 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not like I brought in a very cold pot from outside. It is actually quite cold. One thing I'm thinking immediately is there needs to be some kind of trade-off perhaps, because although I've got these spaced out wide enough around for the sides of the pot and such, what I haven't got is these pieces of copper touching the base of this heater, which needs hot at the bottom and cold above. So will it actually spin? Will it be effective? Don't know. We'll find out. Just a couple of minutes in, and let's have a see. The copper is at 76, so that's climbing okay. I've come back into the room 10 minutes later and it's spinning away. I'm really very pleased with that. It's going at quite a rate. This is just 10 minutes. So let's have a look at the temperatures. On the top there is still saying just 76. Well, on the side here 52 now, so that's gone up 7 degrees. I'm surprised again for 10 minutes. Wow, alright, we'll keep this going. So yeah, there's the point, isn't it? I suppose it's only at 76 above because it's transmitting the heat down into the sand, and we're evidently seeing a few degrees even now extra on the pot itself. Another 10 minutes along and spinning round nicely. Let's have a look at the temperatures. First of all, again on the top there. Oh, now we're up to 116. And at the side, 52.5. See if there's any... Oh, there is actually. Well, we've obviously got fire down here. But for 4 candle power, we're getting a little bit out of there, a little bit of warmth. I really do quite like this. Perhaps just the look of it. It's really quite nice. Let's have a look at the pot itself. Oh yeah, a little extra. 53.5. So continuing to climb. And I think that's the point about this, is that, you know, if you were to just replace these, even as a decoration in some ways in a room, but replace these candles, keep it running, then this pot is going to get warmer and warmer, and you've got some airflow coming out with this thing spinning, though of course that is optional. And finally, for now, it's been running for half an hour, and the top there, 111, the side, 56.5. So it is slowly climbing. Yes, I mean, I think that with the cost of these tea lights is what, $1.25 for 20 of them, and of course people do make candles, don't they, so you get a lot cheaper than that. Then this could be quite effective for something that heats up slowly, but then keeps its heat for quite a long time, even when the candles have gone out, if you only were to use 4 of them. Then this actual pot, the sand battery thing, is quite well known for, well, it is actually getting warm on the side. Well, in comparison to the temperature of the room. You'll feel the heat on the side. You can also feel it coming out from the front.